I officially started my weight loss journey on July 22 and I was at 63.6 kilograms. My target weight is 54 kilograms and as of recording this video, I'm at 60.9 kilograms. I'm really grateful for the progress so far, and after 1 month of prioritizing weight loss, I can say that I have learned things and tried things that have worked for me, and I'll be sharing them in this video. But just a disclaimer, I am not a licensed professional. Everything that I'll be sharing in this video is 100% based on my experiences only and how I've understood the things that I've researched. Feel free to correct me in the comments if some things aren't accurate, and of course, always consult a professional when needed. And timestamps are below if there's a specific part that you want to watch first, but let's get into it. Last July, I made a commitment to myself and said that I need to be more serious about losing weight. And I didn't make this decision because I simply wanted to be skinny. You see, I'm a small person and my height is like only 5'1", and I was so shocked during the day that I realized that I was overweight. This was back in June 2024, and I had to get a consult with a sleep doctor, and as part of their protocol, they had to get my blood pressure, my oxygen levels, and my weight. And I remember the nurse, telling me to stand up on the weighing scale where you have to move the blocks and stuff, and she said, okay, 64.5 kilograms. And I was like, what? Are you sure? As in, lumapit pa ako sa scale, tas tininan ko pa yung mismong blocks and lines, and I was like, oh my gosh, 64.5 kilograms. I've never weighed that much in my life. And I mean, I don't weigh myself at all, so I really just never knew. But I did know that I was getting bigger in size based on my appearance. But in my head, I swear, I only thought that I was around 54 kilograms, but 64.5? I was so shocked. I was not expecting that number at all. And so for the rest of that month, I was kind of preoccupied with a lot of personal stuff that I needed to handle first. By the time that all those things were done, in July, I decided, it's time to start my weight loss journey. Now, before I go on, I do want to explain why PCOS is a big reason why I need to be more mindful about my weight. I'm all for body positivity and skin positivity because I have eczema as well. But as someone with PCOS, I do understand that I'm susceptible to hormone imbalances and my body just has a harder time with losing fat. And I am placed at higher risk for other diseases. And if I'm not mindful about managing my symptoms, in this case, my weight, it could lead to a lot of bigger issues, and one of the biggest ones is diabetes. Diabetes is actually something that runs in my family, so the chances of me getting it are high as well, and I'm just at this point in my life where I want to do the best that I can to prioritize my health and to protect it. Thankfully, I'm still in the clear of being pre-diabetic. I think I got 2 blood exams within this year, and I think I'm gonna get a 3rd one by December, so hopefully the results are still good and normal. But yeah, this is really why I need to keep my weight in check. In my opinion, the most important concept that you need to understand when you're trying to lose weight is calorie deficit. And in simple terms, it's just making sure that your calorie intake is a lot less than your calorie expenditure. Some people also reference maintenance calories. So your maintenance calories are the amount of calories you need to consume every single day to stay at the exact same weight that you are right now. Now, just a quick note for all my PCOS girlies out there. If you are experiencing insulin resistance, then that also impacts your ability to lose weight. So if you have been trying to eat at a calorie deficit, but you're just not losing weight as fast as you expect to, don't be hard on yourself and don't beat yourself up because there's so many other factors that are coming into play, and you should definitely consult a professional if you want more help with that. Now, going back, I firmly believe that you can't improve what you don't measure. And as someone who has never tried tracking calories before, I really have no idea how to say for sure that I'm at a calorie deficit unless I see numbers. So in my mind, it does make sense that if I want to stay at a calorie deficit, I need to track my calories. I do understand how tracking calories can be a trigger to others, and so don't do anything that is going to ruin your relationship with food. But in my case, it's just helping me create a bigger awareness about the food that I eat. So in terms of how I actually track my calories, I use this app called Macro Factor. It is a paid app, not sponsored whatsoever, but it has a free trial, so you can give it a shot. If I'm not mistaken, this app was created by someone that really takes into consideration the science behind weight loss, and I found it very convenient because the app does all of the calculations for me. So when I signed up, it sort of had this initial questionnaire that I had to answer so that it could create my customized program. And from the things that I remember, it asked me about my current lifestyle. Is it sedentary? Am I physically active? Do I do physical work for my job? What's my current height? What's my current weight? They also asked me what my goal was. Do I want to gain weight? Do I want to maintain my weight? Or do I want to lose weight? Do I have a specific time frame? Do I want to do it fast? Or am I okay with a slower pace? It also asked me about what kind of calorie distribution calculation I would prefer for each week, because you could choose between having equal calories every single day, or you could also choose what they call shifting calories, wherein there are some days of the week where you can eat more. It only took me around 10 to 15 minutes to answer the questionnaire, and then they created the weight loss program for me. And they did all of the calculations, so that's also something that I really love because I don't think that's something I have the bandwidth to do. With the way that this app works, all you really need to make sure that you're tracking is your food, aka the calorie count, and your weight. I track my weight every single morning at a specific time just so that the data is more accurate and, it's not too random. And I can't really explain the algorithm of this app, but there's just like a way for it to tell what your expenditure is based on your weight and the number of calories that you logged in for that day. And so when it comes to my current diet, not gonna lie, cooking isn't something that I enjoy doing. Like, it doesn't bring me the same joy as it does for other people. Cooking is just one of those things that, in my opinion, it takes up a lot of energy, like from preparing all the ingredients to actually cooking, eating, and then washing everything up after. Doing that thrice in a day, it just takes a lot of energy out of me. I have cooked a lot of meals in the past, and I have like this Notion database filled with like recipes that I have tried and that I like. But right now, I just haven't been cooking as much as I should. With that being said, I still order a lot of takeout and I still eat processed foods. Not every single day and not every single meal, but definitely multiple times in a week. I'm really trying my best to not shame myself too much in the food options that I have. I do understand that eating completely healthy is very expensive. Even though I'm not the healthiest in terms of nutrition yet, and though I'm not on a specific diet right now, something that I'm just trying to keep in mind is intention, protein, and fiber. So when it comes to intention, it's just really understanding that I don't have to let my cravings or my emotions dictate the food that I eat. There were days where I would just like order burgers multiple times a week, and I had no idea that each burger would be like 900 calories. And so ever since I started tracking my calories, it did really help me realize like the food that I eat shouldn't just be reliant on, is it tasty? I think I would just like go for food that I crave for and is like something that I know tastes really good, but I never really considered the nutritional value of it. It just made me realize like, okay, yeah, even though I'm stressed right now, doesn't mean that I need to feed my body with unnecessary junk. And so beyond just like the calorie numbers, I also am just trying to pay attention to how much protein, fat, and fiber do I actually eat. Protein is very important, especially if you're trying to lose weight. I can't explain the science behind it properly, but I just know that the muscle stores glycogen, and when you're trying to lose weight and your body needs energy, they take it from the muscles first rather than fat. If you want to lose weight and still lose fat, but without losing muscle, you need to make sure that you're taking in a lot of protein still. And then when it comes to fiber, my understanding of it is if you eat enough fiber every single day, I don't think you need that much fiber in your body. I think it's just like 25 grams. If you eat it enough throughout your day, it will help you feel satiated, meaning you'll feel more full for longer periods of time. So you don't end up craving every single hour, or you don't end up snacking for like 6 times a day. I'm definitely not perfect at my macros, but just having this knowledge, I think it's something that I really like. I enjoy learning and knowing this information because, again, at the end of the day, it just helps me support my body even better. And so when it comes to exercise, I actually haven't been doing that much, primarily because I dislocated my shoulder back in June 2024. I've been doing physical therapy, and I only recently got advice that I could start strength training again, but only doing low weights and high reps. But I haven't been doing like strength training intensively for a long time now. If anything, I have been trying to walk more, but that's also not something that I do every single day yet. I know I have to get better at it. But yeah, my exercises aren't much. What you see here are just like things that I use for physical therapy, for my home exercises for my shoulder. But that's pretty much it. I am looking forward to doing more and just being more active over these next few months. But something that I learned recently, exercise isn't really the best way to burn calories and lose weight. And that's because when we exercise, you only burn a couple of 100 calories. And also like the calorie trackers in smartwatches aren't accurate whatsoever. And the reason why that's important to remember is being able to lose weight really starts with what you do in the kitchen rather than what you do in the gym. And so if you are someone that's, over exercising, spending 3 hours every single day in the gym to lose weight, that might not be the healthiest way to go about it or the most sustainable, because that just also increases a lot of stress and pressure on your part to have to do so much, when in reality, being in a calorie deficit is the most important thing to weight loss, and that starts with the food that you choose to consume. In starting this weight loss journey, I understand that mindset is huge in whether or not I will be successful with losing my weight and also just building a healthier life. And that's also why I wanted to make a video while I'm still going through the process. Like, this has only been my month 1, because you see all these videos online and they're just like, how to lose 10 kilograms in 1 month. It's mostly like prioritizing the speed at which you lose weight rather than just the importance of making intentional changes so that you can live healthier and feel healthier long term. I think that's very, very important to remind people about. It's one thing to lose weight really quickly, but it's another thing to actually support your body, not only with like food, but also self-love, self-care, stress management, sleep. Like, there's so many factors that impact weight. So here are some mindset shifts that I've had to make during this first month of my weight loss journey. One is definitely sustainability over speed. I think I just explained all of this, but if you want to stay fit and healthy, all these positive changes have to be done and implemented for life. Number 2 is intention over restriction. I've tried restrictive dieting and it was absolutely horrible. It's what ruined my relationship with food in the first place, because I always felt like, I can't eat this. Like, food just makes me feel bad for some reason. And now I'm understanding, like, food is meant to support your body. It's supposed to make you feel good and sustain you so that you have energy to do all the things that you love in life. Right now, I'm just at a point like, what are my intentions with eating certain foods? And with that is just also understanding that there are healthier options. There can be other alternatives for the foods that I used to like a lot, but just aren't really nourishing or good for my body. And related to that is satisfaction over sadness. Because again, I used to be an emotional eater and I would like crave a lot, but then after I realized that I ate a lot, I would feel very sad. So now whenever I approach food, or even when I'm really stressed, I still try to go for satisfaction, meaning I am satiated, I ate something that tastes good, but also I know that I made a good decision. It's sort of linked to knowing that I made intentions for the food that I eat. That just brings me a lot more joy. It brings me a lot more satisfaction knowing that I get to eat food and not feel bad about it. Now, after everything that I just shared in this video, there's one thing that really gave me comfort, and it reassured me that it really is important to see weight loss as a long-term game rather than a short-term goal. It's realizing how much our body weight fluctuates every single day. Like, I'll show you my weight graph so far. August 15, I weighed 61.2 kilograms. By August 16, I only lost 0.1 kilogram. August 18, it rose up to 62 kilograms. By August 19, it went back down to 61.7. And then by August 20, it suddenly dropped like a full kilogram. The amount of volatility there is in weight is insane. I find that comforting because most of that is really just water weight, and it's also dependent on like if you ate a lot of salty food, what time did you sleep? If I had stopped on August 18 when I was at 62 kilograms because I was getting sad, or I thought like, all my efforts are going to waste, then I wouldn't have been able to see a couple of days later, I would be like at 60.9 kilograms. And it just goes to show that there really is no need to attach your worth or your value to a number on a scale, because that number will change every single day. But the person that you are, your character, your attitude, your mindset, your values, those are things that can stay constant. And that is so much more definitive of who you actually are. And also, do not get discouraged if you ever see that number go up or go down, whatever it is, depending on your goal. Your daily efforts are going to pay off, and they already are paying off. And another important thing that I realized when it comes to weight loss is balancing loving your body as it is right now while still doing things to support it even better. Your body needs support, it needs help. And so I think cultivating, this holistic sense of self-love is really what's also helping me stay disciplined. Something about discipline that I don't think a lot of people talk about is how for discipline to work, it has to be rooted in self-love. If I didn't love myself, I wouldn't care what junk I ate I wouldn't care if my mind went crazy overthinking, but I do love myself and I want to take care of myself. And that's why I'm choosing to do all these things. Not just take care of my body physically, but also mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of the things. Like, my overall well-being really is important. And if you can keep that in mind, root everything in self-love, discipline, and your overall weight loss journey will be easier. But yeah, that's everything that I've learned so far after 1 month of my weight loss journey. I still have a long way to go, and there's so many things that I have yet to learn and then apply to my life. If there's any information or other insights that you would like to share to anyone that's going through a weight loss journey, please leave them down below. I really hope that this video can encourage anyone who's watching it to pursue sustainable weight loss. Just remember that just because your progress is slower than expected doesn't mean it's less meaningful or less impactful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. The sun is going down.